Hello, welcome to this video. I'm gonna be rigging a half-body Vtuber model today. In case you are wondering, this is an old commission of mine with SquishyAusty. The artwork and design were made by me beforehand. I just had to remake a half-body art for this rig. This time-lapse will be a little bit different from my usual. There will be a voiceover where I talk about my process and workflow. So let's get started. The first thing you see me do here is give all the layers a mesh. I do this with an automatic mesh tool. I put it on a heavy so everything can be moved as smooth as possible. After this, I'm going to separate all the layers into their own deformers, just like how they have their own group in the PSD file. When doing this, make sure to have all of your layers selected when making the deformer, otherwise you might end up with unmovable parts. During the intro, I imported the parameters that I currently use for all of my models. It gives me all the necessary basic parameters that I would probably use when rigging. When I have separated everything globally in each deformer, I go into the details, separating every part of the eye, every part of the head into different own deformers. I realized I didn't separate a few parts, so I had to go back into the file. Something that helps me a lot is using the colors to organize all of my layers. Starting with rigging can be overwhelming, so I usually choose to start with the eye rig. It always reminds me how to get started. For the head XY angles, I love to use 3D models. Shout out to Fenrin for showing me this. Therefore, I have to go back into the file to import the 3D head models. When adjusting, I use the temporary path tool around the face and I just align it with the 3D model. If you're not trying to speed this process, you can also use 3D models for the eyes, nose and mouth placement. When my head is done, I put the eyes into the XY forms and continue on to the hair. I like to start from the middle bank towards the outer or back side of the hair. As you can see, I'm trying to drag the middle part of the bang out so it creates an illusion of depth. During this, you'll see me importing my physics that are already set up with existing parameters. The lovely thing with rigging is duplication. I've already done it for the eyes, but it's a huge time saver for the hair as well. Colors might be different, but since the shape is the same, I could just place one another on top and delete the original. During the XY rig, I will be setting up a few jiggle physics. Since I copy and paste half of the model, I want both sides to have the same jiggle physics. When placing the goggles, you can see me struggling a little bit with the hair strands. I changed the way I placed the hair parameters, which made it a little hard to align with all the angles. What I saw a honeycomb rigging video is that she kept the inner and outer ears separate in layers. It really did help create a better illusion of depth when rigging the ears. Highly recommend. When rigging the nose, I just try to manipulate the lighting, just enough so it looks 3D. Then the fun begins, rigging the mouth. I always use a bit of a cheat sheet, my own model. I like to start with the smile, mouth form, since it gives me a better indication of how open the mouth should be. When the lips are fully rigged, I will adjust the rest accordingly. After the mouth, I needed to treat myself with something fun, such as the eye jiggle physics. Just a little tilt on the highlights when the eye opens and closes can do a whole bunch. might see me jumping from hair to clothing to hair, but trying to work from front to back does really help me gain a better sense of all the angles. Like the pigtails are connected to the head, so if the head rig is complete, I can get a better sense of where the pigtails should go. When rigging the bows in the hair, I tried to manipulate the bottom layers of the bow, also give it a little bit more of a 3D illusion. I regret I didn't separate the same way in the jacket. I still could have done this by going back into the file, but I just didn't think it was going to be worth it since it's an upper body rig. Doing XY on the body looks intimidating, but just think of it as mostly shoulder and chest movements. By only changing the perspective of shoulders, it already gives a great illusion of turning. With some small rigging adjustments, I went into the final stage, which is tilting all of the angles and front frog. I like to do the head and the hair separate for the tilting, since gravity works different on your hair when tilting your head. For the frog, I didn't do much except changing perspective and angles. The last part I did for this rig is breathing animations, also for the frog a breathing mouth. Just ever so slightly turning their body, head and shoulders, just a cinemated breathing effect. When rigging this frog, I realized the line art layer disappeared into thin air, so I had to go back into the file, recreate the line art, and I went back in. I also added some more stickers and band-aids to the arms. This is because I turned the jacket into a toggle, and otherwise the arms were a little bit naked. The rest of this rig is just a few finishing touches, redrawing the eyebrows because for some reason I always forget them. In the end here you can see me setting up some of the expressions or toggles and just testing out the model in Vtube Studio. This is the result of the final model. I hope you'll learn a little bit. Like the title says, I gave myself the challenge to make a Vtuber Model half body rig as fast as possible. So therefore my fastest body rig up until now, according to the footage record time, is 362 minutes. That equals about 6 hours, which in my opinion is pretty fast for someone who has made the 4th model. Definitely leave a like and subscribe if you did like this video, and here is Austy's reaction to the new model.
Here, let me go read the email she sent. and she's saying, oh yeah, that's true. She said, hello fellow Austy, since I upgraded in my skills of Vtuber making, I felt as I needed to upgrade your model for free. And it is half body of the full, but I hope you still enjoy the second version of your current model, rigged and ready to use. Are you guys ready to see it?
Yeah.
Are you ready to see it? I'm don't know, I'm like tearing up a little bit. Alright.
We already saw it a little.
Hi. Yeah. Look, put on, take off my jacket. Oh, fuck. YouTube Studio broke. Blush. Yeah. Take off and put on my goggles. Take off the the band-aid stickers and stuff. And you should also pull a bulb. I'm just oh my god. Hey Tempe. Ow. Oh, she did do all this for free though. I was not. Oh my god. I'm so lost in words.
The reaction is so adorable, I swear.
I'm gonna send her a message.
I did not see any messages yet. Oh my goodness, wait. Let me open up my Discord. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at it. Oh my god. Thank you so much, it's so good. I'm a loss of words, but I'm tearing up a bit. You are so sweet. Oh my god. That is so cute.